You can share any kind of story you want to share, and we will also wait for someone to join because I just posted the link in the group.
Mm. See, one thing, as you just put down, like this is permanent link and anybody can join. But the thing is that once the pop-up, once you just when you just share the particular just link to them, like a Zoom meeting to them, then there is a pop-up. So people will just get reminder, like you will be just joining. People will be joining, and you are ready for the meet. So you have to just share each and every day by just 9 or just before 5 minutes of 9, so that we will just be aware that yes, you are just being active.
Okay, so I will just copy the link and paste that link because
Mm-hmm.
these link that I've generated, this will be the permanent. It will not change.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So you can share any kind of story if you want to share any story because I was just hearing the story of fellow YouTubers itself only on Josh Talk, like the people like what you can say, technical Yogi and tech champion support, that kind
Mm.
of people, how they struggle and what was their journey, right? What was they used to do in the beginning. They don't have any kind of money, any kind of financial support, but still how they are able to make on the platform and they're able to generate a huge amount of money right now. So I was just sharing a lot of stories. So I think that when you share your story, it creates a huge impact and people will be more interested and people can relate to you. So because we are emotionally connected when you are sharing a story. So story is so much important. So you can go at any childhood story or whatever you went through, you can just share. And it will also improve us in a
Okay.
tremendous way when we just connect with the stories.
The thing is that there are lots of people who are just being successful and they want to share their just experience on the platform like Josh Talks or TED Talks, like.
Yes, yes.
So right now I don't consider myself that I have just reached that much of the level so that I should be just let the others one listen to my story. But the thing is that I'm just having lots of the like incident, or I would say that there are lots of the scenario that happened with me that's becomes a completely vivid memory for me, and that is entertaining.
Okay, but I'm not telling you to share some kind of massive success story.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my point. You can also share all those stuff which help you to get yourself elevated. For example, you have performed certain tasks and now you are appreciated. People appreciated you and you feel at the top of the world. So that is achievement for you. Why? Because since long term you have not received any kind of appreciation. So that's sort of also you can share because it will help the people to get motivated, to remain motivated, self motivation.
Hmm.
Yes.
Do you think other people just come?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah. I've just posted the link. I'm waiting for them to join. There was a guy from UK who was very much eager, but I don't know why he's not up here. He was asking me when will the meeting start, and now he's not there.
Hmm.
The moment yesterday we published the video regarding artificial intelligence, the same thing was done today by Sandeep Maheshwari.
Hmm.
The future of artificial intelligence and machine learning, what it is about.
Hmm. Right.
I think that most of the people are taking all the things for granted. They just think that okay, it is okay that if we don't show up on time and if we don't do right to become our greatest version, right? They are just taking for granted. Like I have posted link now, it is their responsibility to show up.
Mm-hmm. So what do they do that once we just passed out of the time, then they just feel like no, that I should have been just joined. But the thing is they already know that he has already just spent the time. So he has to have the responsibility, like when the meeting will be just happen, he has to ask if he doesn't aware of the time, because there is a differentiation between the time of India and the other countries.
Yes,
So
yes.
he should have asked multiple questions so that he could be clear about the time. So
Yes,
there is
actually
no
all
question
this
comes from.
Yes, actually, all these things come must come from within, from inside. Nobody has to
Mm-hmm.
force you that do this. It is your thinking,
Yes.
your mind, and your decision. You need to take
Mm-hmm.
decision the right way at the right time. Then only you can make an
Mm-hmm.
impact in your life. And the time goes very fast. We are limitless. We are having only 60 years of life, right? And now either we are 25, 30, so half of the life is already gone. So now is the time to take the decision. Now is the time to take charge of your life. You never know what tomorrow may bring and what will be the future tomorrow. Right? So take
Mm-hmm.
decision now, act now, right now itself. Stop
Yes. Yes,
wasting
become
time.
serious.
Yeah, stop wasting time, right? And don't get
Even if
involved
the
into unnecessary activities like scrolling social media, Instagram, Facebook reels, and all that. Stop
Mhm.
wasting time and instead use that time to do some kind of work which will help you to get recognized in the world, and it will help you to get opportunity to make world a better place. That is what it is about. Because life is too short.
Mm. Yes. Like, see, there was a new guy that just came yesterday, and after that today that we can see that he is upset now.
Yes.
So I think that people are just struggling to just come and just make it as a habitual. Like they think that I should just skip this, I will be just go for tomorrow. So this kind of the hack procrastination will just completely snatch away all this kind of opportunity that we are just making them to do that.
Yes. Everything is a choice. I already told. So it is their choice. And they are making choice. And choice has always two of paths, yes or no. So they are on the no
Hmm.
side. They will always say no to themselves and never show.
Okay, we should initiate some kind of the stories like I'm just having like lots of the entertaining stories. So
Yeah, you
like
can go
still
ahead.
that
Yes.
it is rolling in my just brain right now. Should I narrate it?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Okay. The thing is that it was a time about like when I was in the school days, like around eighth class. I was in the eighth class, like so I was just having the schools nearby just my homes, like only a 500 to 1 kilometer away from my just home. So the school had the facility of boarding school. So there were just lots of the friend of mine just who just came across the my states and districts, and they used to just live in the schools, boarding schools, right?
Yes.
Why you just made it appear
No,
whiteboard?
I'm just, yes, go ahead. Yes.
Yes, that actually you need to have the passion so that you could just listen to my story and just I'll just do as much as my just possible to just being current for you. Like you have to just understand my story, right?
Yes.
So you need to just open your just both of the ears to me. The thing is that uh, the thing is that I was so much curious at the time because at the time I was completely having just young blood. Like I wanted to just earn some kind of the penny, right, at the time. So see, like that, this kind of the of my just friend who was having bunch of my just friend who are used to live in the boarding school. So boarding schools have a lot of the restriction, as you are already aware that they. So we used to get a lot of physical education kind of the homeworks. So like we have to just do a lots of the photocopies of the like book so that it could you have to just show it in the just coming examination. I will just get the remarks or marks. So
Yes.
we have to just make it just every day. We had to just make it every day by the teachers. Like they used to pressurize us. You have to just make it so that you could just get the some handsome marks. So
Yes.
what happened that I was the day scholar and these people were just having just boarding school. They had the restriction, so they couldn't just like as I'm just completely free, so I could just access to the market whenever I just want. But they couldn't. They need to just seek for the permission from the principal so that they could just go for the market. But the thing is that I used to be a kind of the clever at the time and cunning as well. So we were just got like lots of the bundle of homeworks. Like you have to just you will need to have the color photocopy like more than 100 pages. So I thought that I should just take over all the kind of the responsibility. Like I have to just make their just all photocopy of mine and we'll just make a kind of the money, right? So because these were the people who were seeking for the permission to go to the market, but they didn't get. So what did I do that I just accumulated the whole the money, like one person get like 100 pages. So I what did I do that I calculated 10 rupees per pages of the photocopy. So I took thousands of the rupees from the particular person, thousand rupees of the money from the particular person. Like there were just seven bunch of the guys. So I took around like more than 5,000 rupees. So what did I do that I just went to the market alone because they didn't get any kind of the permission. So that's why they were just unable to go with me. So I just took out just all the money and just took the responsibility of them. I'll be just making all the kind of photocopy by myself because they were unable to go that. So when I just reached to the market, I was seeking for that how to manage all the money at least so that I could just get more and more profit, right? So
Okay,
I
so
was
you
trying
were,
to become a
yeah, so in your childhood only you were into business, how to do business. In your childhood time
yes, you
only
could
you
say
are
that.
getting exposure of that kind, how to manage
Yes,
money,
yes,
that kind of stuff.
yes, yes. See what happened. Like it was a Diwali time, right? Dhanteras time. So there was a woman nearby market. So she just bought a new printer. So I thought I should just go there, and I already just asked like multiple of the shops like I'll have to just photocopy of like more than 700 pages. So what kind of the money you will just take per page? So they were just asking for like 10 rupees, 10 rupees. Then I thought, oh my god, so if they will be just taking 10 rupees, then I won't be able to just make any kind of the monies because they already just given for 10 rupees for per pages, right? So when I just went to the women shops, like she was just having the new printer. So I just approached to her. So I just politely asked that. So what amount of the money will just take for the per pages? So she just asked me. She just told me like 3 rupees only.
Yes,
Only 3 rupees. It means that I'll be just managed to get earned around 7 rupees per pages. Like already they just gave me around the 10 rupees for the per pages, and I was so much surprised when the women told me like they will be just giving me only 3 rupees per pages. So when I just made her told that you can just extract as much as you want, like 700 pages. So she just kept on just going on and on and on, and just I just got the 700 copies. And in one way that the she was unaware of that there was a cartridge which gives a limited copy of the photocopy, right? So she was unaware of this, that there is a percent of kind of the cartridge which gives a limited copy. So we just kept on just extracting, and in one way that it was completely stuck. So she thought that the machine became just out of the order. And after that, what happened that I just gave her just around for the 300 pages, I just gave her just 900 rupees around, like, and I just gave to my just friend for the 300. I took out like 3,000 rupees for 10 rupees per pages. But the thing is that I just gave only 3 rupees for the per pages, but 7 rupees I'm just getting benefit of the per pages, right? So this is how that happened. And still that she already just recognized my just face. Whenever I just go there, she always has a suspicion this person received me, like he
yes,
just took out so that's how this happened. And she completely just spoiled her just all the cards because she was not aware of that there was a cartridge which gives her the limited copy.
yes.
This kind of incident happened.
So you have, I mean, deceived that
Mhm.
person, right?
Yes, but knowingly or unknowingly that I didn't deceive her, but though that she just offered me, I'll just take only 3 rupees. But I was the not the one that who just forced her that to her that no, I'll just pay you off for around 3 rupees. She was unaware of the rate, that what's the rate market value of the per pages color photocopy, right? So though
Okay.
that somehow that she just managed to say that I'll just take 3 rupees per pages. But at that time the market value of the photocopy around just 10 rupees per page. So somehow that I was so much I burst with laughter, like oh my god, I'll be just managed to have ₹7 per pages.
Okay, so instead of 7 years, you did the job for 3 years, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
So I earned around like ₹1,000.
Yeah. I also had a story regarding my childhood. I mean, I don't know what
Yes,
that
go ahead.
thing is called, what the thing is called in English, but we know billow, right? Billow. Uh, like it was some kind of instrument used in the movie Karan Arjun, where you just put the stone, right, into what you can
Mm-hmm.
see, right, and then and with the rubber, you just pull away that stone
Mm.
and you target, and then that I don't know what that
Well,
instrument is called in
yes, yes,
English.
catapult. Catapult.
Yeah, so yeah, catapult. So that kind of stuff I used to make when I was a child, right? At my home
Mm-hmm.
place in my old home, there were some of the what you can say goat and other what you can say slaughtered where they are slaughtered. What that place is called? If the cow and
Mm-hmm.
buffalo and all that are slaughtered at one place and what that is called, I don't remember. So there was that kind of place, and then all these animals, goats and all they were used to go, and there were food in the form of grass fed was just put, and they just used to eat that. So when there are a lot of grass fed and all that, we used to take the wooden stick of that grass fed, and we used to chop that so that we can make that what you can say catapult, right? What we can make catapult of that. We used to
Mm-hmm.
also put a hole inside that the wooden stick on both
Mm-hmm.
of its sides and tie the rubber band so that we can make a great catapult, right? So we have made a lot of catapult, right? We have made almost 50 catapults using all those instruments available. Me and my friend were into business, and we were also trying to make some kind of money so that we will be able to sell that catapult. Why? Because during that time, this was very much famous in Bollywood industry, and
Mm-hmm.
everywhere people used to, and there was a huge I mean thing that if you are having this kind of catapult, then you are a master. I mean, you are in power because you can just beat anyone with the help of this. So we are making a
Mm-hmm.
lot of
Yes.
them, lot of them, and then we just need to we are putting that price tag on them. Okay, that we will sell this for 10 rupees, 15 rupees, and now we are just marketing each and everywhere in the nearby. Okay, we are selling this kind of stuff. If you are interested, then we can get. We are having a lot of pieces and all that. So people used to come, right? They are used to buy from us, and then we are making some
Mm-hmm.
kind of side income from that. So that was also a good incident for me.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Yes.
used to do a lot of
Yes.
experiments also during the Diwali time. Also, we
Mm-hmm.
used to lit the crackers in the form of what you can say a can or something that we used to insert that, and we used to ignite this so the can will explode along with that.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to have a fun. We also used to have fun like
Mm-hmm.
there was a balloon, right? Helium gas
Mm-hmm.
balloon, which goes up in the sky, right? So what we used to do that we used to
Mm-hmm.
take a sheet of paper, then we must think that okay, that is my wish, and now I need to write my wish so that God will be listening my wish. So we just inputted that wish and we just tied with that balloon, and then
Mm-hmm.
we just go into open space and just allow this balloon to go,
Mm-hmm.
and
Leave
then
it
we
away.
close our eyes and then say, now my wish will definitely come true.
Disappeared.
Now, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
now my God will definitely listen my what you can say this. In the same way, in the
Yes.
same way, when there was a Uttarayan time, at the time we used to do kite flying, right? So when we used to do kite flying, so we
Mm-hmm.
at the end of thread in our hand, we used to tie that wish. So as soon as we just pull up the kite flying, we used to do kite flying. That wish goes up and up and up, and till the point where my kite is, that wish will go,
Mm-hmm.
and then when my kite is cut off with some other kite, and then it is gone, and so now my wish will definitely get fulfilled, and now it is reached God. So that kind of stuff we used to do, and we used to make a lot of fun.
Yes.
It was really fun.
Right. Right.
I can recall some
Yes.
of those things. Like when there was a heavy rainfall or something, there was a flood, and there was a water flowing, then we used to make paper boats, and we used to pull that, and we will enjoy that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Oh my God, this paper boat is going, wow, it's like a Venice,
Mm-hmm.
Italy in our home side and all this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And when there was
Right.
a first time rainfall, we used to, I don't know where what is called in English, it's called bilbaboti In Hindi, we used to collect that. It's a red color creature. I don't know what it's called. Let me type Bilbo.
Yes, yes, yes.
It comes
We
in,
say Lalu Putu.
yeah, it comes only when it is.
Yeah.
Let me show the image so that people will also able
Yes,
to
yes,
know
I
it.
know that. Okay, I
Yeah,
could just make a
yeah,
guess
it's
after
it,
seeing that.
it appears only when when it is the first rain, right? So at the time we used to collect from
Mm-hmm. And
any kind of garden
yeah,
or
these
somewhere.
creatures,
Yeah, we
these
used to.
creatures are so tiny. Yes, 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 Laliputu.
Yes, yes. Yes, so our friends, our every neighborhoods and society people used to discuss. Okay, okay, that we will
Yes,
now we will go.
yes.
This is the first time. Oh my God! Now we will be able to see this kind of creature. So that was the
Mm-hmm.
experience.
Birba Bhuti. I was really unaware of that. The right meaning of this.
Yeah, yeah, that
I
was
I
the
used to
point.
I used to say in on language like Laliputu.
Yeah,
Now these creatures have completely disappeared and vanished.
yeah, yeah. There are a lot of stuff that has been disappeared due to the challenging times
Hmm.
that we are facing. A lot of changes.
We don't have the single trace. We don't have the single trace of these creatures.
Yes. And whenever during my school time was from 11:30, when it started from 1 p.m. probably. The period will start from 1 p.m. and it
Mm,
will end around 6 p.m., right? So during that time, there was a
mm,
half hour recess. And in the recess time,
mm,
everyone used to get I mean do some snacks type of stuff. But on the other end, I was not involved into much snacks, but I would definitely go into ground,
mhm,
look out for what people are doing, right? What kind of
mhm,
activities
mhm,
people used to do. Then they will be cracking
mhm,
jokes, and I will just listen and gather all kind of information, and that information I will just come in the class, and then in the next maybe
mhm,
10 to 10 minutes gap, I will tell everyone that this thing happened. Okay, this thing happened in the
mhm.
ground, and we enjoy that kind of.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Lot of people were. I think that during school days, lot of just boys were trying to impress the girls, but I was not never that guy who was just trying to impress. But instead, I will more focus
Mhm,
on the studies, and I will just make sure that whenever the question is asked
mhm,
in the class, and I was the first one to raise hand to give answer to the teacher. So that was my position.
mhm.
And there was
Yes,
also a certain group of students to whom the competition is mandatory. We used to compete, right? But I never used to compete with others
mm,
because I always used to compete with my previous year. For example, if I'm in sixth standard and I have not made it much progress, but in seventh standard I would definitely would like to have
mhm,
70% marks, that kind of stuff. I would definitely do
mhm. Right, right. Yes, there are lots of people, even like more than 99% people have the thought like they always just compete the from the others. Like I'm just having the average marks, like so I'm just having friends, so I'll just compare my just results to them.
that.
And if
Yes,
they're just having more marks than them, we just feel guilty. We never just see our just previous result. We just feel like competing others.
yes. And till now, I would like to admit that till my school days, I was never failed in any standard continuously. I was never failed.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Somehow,
yes.
I always cleared all the exams. That kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff
Right,
never.
right. Mm-hmm.
And
So,
I never used to be monitor in the class. I was never be a monitor in the class till now.
why?
Never
Why?
appointed monitor. I don't know why, but people never used to appoint me as a monitor.
Maybe that you were so soft with your means you have to be strict with your
Yes,
just
yes, yes.
everything.
Maybe I
Like
was
you
not
could
that.
just scold
Yeah,
everyone.
maybe I cannot hold the backbenchers. That might be the issue
Mm,
because there were
yes.
mischievous, tremendous mischievous people in our class.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because being a just monitor, if you are just really high scholar person, like you are completely down to study, then definitely it will just give a kind of the hindrance and have an impact towards your study if you're
Yes,
just
yes,
being
that is
monitor.
also the yes, that is also the case. Yes,
Because because
because
somewhere you are just creating an enemy.
yes, yes, right. And you are also wasting and managing or manipulating your time and not focusing on the studies,
Mm-hmm.
but you are just now into other things also. And it is a difficult task. Being
Yes,
monitor is
yes.
a difficult task. It's not an easy task.
Not easy task, right, right, right. I think that you shouldn't make any kind of the hopes that the others people just join and we'll just have the nice meet. I
Don't
think that we
never,
can just
never.
hope and
Yesterday
rely
was
on
only
each other.
yeah, yesterday only was
Mm-hmm.
a chance, and I thought that that will improve because yesterday the person showed up. So I was having
Mm-hmm.
just a keen interest that today itself they will show, but no one appeared.
Okay, we don't have to just make extra effort. Like if they just feel like joining, they can join. We don't have the problems. But the thing is that we couldn't just push them like a little bit hard. Like they are already aware they're just quite mature, right?
Yes. I also used to be frightened with the dark when I was in my childhood. I used to get
Hmm.
scared in the dark, right? Particularly, and during my childhood, the movie was released named Jurassic Park. So after watching that movie, I was just shivering and trembling. Oh my God, dinosaur will come and what will happen? That kind of stuff.
Hmm. I also like ghost stories, ghost movies. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
you
really
like
just
ghost
feel
more.
like just
You like
yes,
them.
love. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
And
Like I
I
just feel like just Mhm.
and I also watch a lot of the Hindi English movies in Rajshri cinema. There was a cinema behind our
Mhm.
what you can say college, and whenever we just need to
Mhm.
bunk our lectures or when we are just not in a mood or feeling not feeling awkward, then we will definitely go for
Mhm.
a Hollywood movie dubbed in Hindi and it was released in Rashtriya. And I've
Mhm.
seen a lot of movies like 300, you can say, then 300, and then other movies like there are few of the movies which appeared in maybe 2005, 2006 time when I was in the college. We used to watch a lot of Hollywood
Mhm.
movies dubbed in Hindi and only for 30 rupees. You just need to spend 30 rupees and you
Mhm.
are into theater and you can
Mhm.
watch the whole movie.
So like we didn't have this kind of a scenario. Like nearby, we had a kind of the two or couple of theaters, but the thing is that they were just completely rely on Hindi movies, right? So whenever the Bollywood movies just comes, if they're new movies, then they just feel like just putting them on the just theater. But I've never been since my just childhood and till now that I've never been into any kind of the Hollywood movies. I've never just given any spare times for the Hollywood movies, like going to the theaters, seeing the Hollywood movies.
Yeah, actually,
So
I'm a
yes.
big fan of Hollywood movies. There are many reasons for it. Like I would definitely recommend you to Iron Man. Then what you can say, Ong. Here are some of the movies which I love. Why? Because the man here is having tremendous power, right? And I was so much fascinated by their power
Mm-hmm.
and by their supremacy. And I was thinking in myself that if I get that kind of power, then what can I become? Right. So Iron Man was there,
Mm-hmm.
Ong was there. Then what you can say, Spider-Man series. These are all amazing movies. You can just go for it. These are
the
Hollywood movies, and this will help
the
you.
Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk and all the other. Yes, the Marvel
Mm.
heroes, basically the Marvel hero story. They are
But
all
when it
good.
comes to Hollywood movies,
And just
then I'll just
300 was
mm,
also the Sparta. Then 300 Rise of Empire, same.
mm,
The Rise of Empire was also there. So now when we just watch all those movies, we were young and we were so much fascinated by their physique. We would also when you were 3 you
mm,
will definitely show about 8 pack abs, what their body looks like,
mm,
how powerful they are. So we need
mm,
to visualize. We were
mm,
visualizing all this while watching all these movies,
mm,
and we think that, oh my God, this kind of power, this kind of stuff, this kind of imagination. So it plays a huge impact in one's life.
mm, right.
Then you can also go for Fast and Furious series. Much fascinated by that stuff also, Tokyo
Mm,
Drift and all that,
mm.
Fast and Furious and all that.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Then we can also just talk about
I'll
Jason Statham, Transporter. Very much big fan of
mm,
Transporter movies.
yes.
Then
And
all,
Terminator.
yeah, all. Mission Impossible series, amazing, outstanding.
Hmm.
Arnold Schwarzenegger too. Arnold.
Hmm. Arnold.
So
I
these were,
like survival movies. Like
yeah, what kind? What survival?
I really just feel like there are lots of the people who somehow that manage to move to some kind of the forest and they are seeing, exploring a lot of things. And there is a time and there is a climax and they just lost their just ways and they are just counter with lots of the some weird animals, alien animals,
Yeah,
and the
like
animals are just killing them, eating their just flesh,
yeah, like
and
Jumanji,
somehow they're
like Jumanji.
hmm,
And there was also another
hmm,
movie
hmm.
with the animals itself only. I forgot actually their name.
Not particular animals because like there are a lot of the some tribals person who just lives in the this kind of this forest and they could just live off only just having like just flashes of the humans and
Yeah,
somehow these college people just managed to escape from there but they couldn't they just got entrapped by the this kind of the humans, what should I
yes,
say, like as a brutal humans.
yes, yes.
And I really just feel like watching these kind of movies. I really just feel like just hunger, showing my just hunger. I just feel like starving watching this kind of the new movies, but hasn't just I have just gone far like watching this kind of the movies. So I don't think so that I'm just having much of the movies to be watched.
I have understood
Like
one important thing about
I I
when
watched.
you're just when you're just liking movies. I have understood one important thing. You can visualize a lot
Hmm,
of things when you watch movies. You can visualize yourself.
hmm,
Imagination power also impacts. It increases, and you yourself also can tell stories
yes.
when you watch movies. You can relate it to yourself.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, yes, right.
But people never consider that. People, some there are people who just bully these movies. But I don't think that there are some movies which are rubbish, which are not of use that you can skip. But about this, there are some movies which
Hmm.
will make an impact in your life. So for that, you will definitely need to
Hmm.
watch.
Yes. Yes, I like barbarian kind of the movies.
Yeah,
Like people don't show pity on the others. They just behead the all the torso of the body parts and just eat them.
yeah. Matrix movies are also great. Matrix series, whole Matrix series was also
Hmm.
Matrix. Keanu Reeves.
Yes. Since long that I have not watched any kind of Hollywood movies.
But you must definitely watch. You must get involved in
Apart from
more
like
into Hollywood
Avatar.
yeah, Avatar was also great. Yes, Avatar, definitely
Hmm.
amazing. Avatar. You must involve in Hollywood movies more as compared to the Bollywood because Bollywood doesn't have any kind of that stuff which Hollywood can do. It can,
Hmm.
it is out of sight for that Bollywood.
Yes, yes.
You will always find love, romance, and all the other stuff,
Hmm.
but never great stuff such as Hollywood movies.
Yes. Hmm.
And I was not a huge fan right before, but my friends when we were just into studies, they recommended me that you must watch this kind of movies with us.
Hmm.
So now when I go for first time, second time, and I'm just addicted to it, and so now we will having more and more movies, that kind of stuff.
I like Korean movies. I love I love these kind of movies. Like really, there are a lot of the series that I have just gone through by watching. Like Korean movies are so great. Like if we just compare to the other US movies or Japanese movies, then definitely Korean movies have the capacity to overpower all this kind of the other countries movies.
Yes,
And German movies are so good as well.
right. But I have never explored that kind of stuff. But
Hmm.
it's not like that we wasted all those times and all those periods with watching movies also. Instead, we were just trying to shift our focus from one end to another. While we were into movies, we will think about
Mm-hmm.
movies, and when we were into studies, we will do studies. That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was some kind of inspiration for us watching these all movies, in which there are six packs, and
Yes.
then lot of power have
Mm.
been shown. So that kind of movies are already always backed by us. See today the
And
time
also
for
Parasite, like Korean movies.
yes, yes, Parasite. Yes. Today the time went like a fast super train because we are so much involved into sharing our stuff. So that's how it happens. It is now just 1.5 minutes and then this will end.
Right, yes. Please, Parasite.
Sorry?
Best- Please write Parasite movies.
Okay,
This is
Parasite.
one of the best movies I've ever seen. Like this particular movie got an Oscar.
Yeah, I know. Parasite. So guys, if you're liking this content, then do hit like, share, and subscribe. We are doing podcast every 9 p.m. And if you want to become the part of this talk, you can just send the message or just leave the comment down in the comment section and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow at the same time.
Yes. Bye. Good night.
Yes, bye.